plays an integral part of our story. Readers discern imagery from reality. What does that mean? We did not follow directions, so guess what? We gotta start over. Oops, so sad. And when we take away, does the number get bigger or smaller?
Bigger. Smaller.
Well, let's see. Log. Okay, now add your ending. Log. Log. 15 number with 10 and any of these other numbers. Hi sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Calls Campers. I'm Mrs. Calls Campers on YouTube and Instagram, but you can find me at Maylene Brienne on TikTok. I am super active on Instagram stories if that's your thing. This week is a 4-day week and I actually totally changed my plans for the week. Not totally, but for reading I did because like I said, we have a new curriculum that we're working with, and originally I had intended on doing the read aloud the Koala Who Could, which is a read aloud that I love, but we did have a staff development day yesterday and I was looking at the book that I was planning on reading from the curriculum and then the book that I was planning on teaching, and because it's a short week I thought I could just do something different. So the book that the curriculum, we use HMH by the way at our school, the book the curriculum has us doing is Abuela, which I already had this book. This book reminds me a lot of this book. Something that I was saying yesterday was that I am really good at exposing my kids to texts in chunks or in like units of study instead of spreading them more throughout the school year, because I really love doing my weekly read aloud and that structure and that routine, and there is a lot of value in doing a weekly read aloud and doing something different with it every single day. There is a ton of value, but I also feel like I could be better at trying to incorporate more texts more often. So my idea is taking this book from the curriculum and teaching it, which even the questions that they have us ask in the curriculum are very like basic. So I'm going to go pretty deep into this. I'm going to do this 2 days. We might do half of the book one day, half of the book the other day, depending on how time goes, or we might read it 2 times through. I think I'm going to do half and half. And then the next day, so Thursday and Friday, we'll do Island Born, which is a very similar story. Also has that cultural heritage aspect. There's a lot of really great visuals and imagery, and I just think the conversations with these 2 books are going to be a lot more valuable and impactful than even just doing this one on its own. So this is the plan for this week. For phonics, we're doing short O, and then we are starting with teen numbers this week, which is really exciting. So I think it's going to be a great week. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. We're a little bit too slow. Do you think there's anything I can do to help you next time or no?
What is that?
That means you didn't finish. Do you think there's anything I can do to help you next time or no?
No.
No? Okay. How come you didn't finish, girly? These are right. So what about the rest of it?
And I didn't finish.
Because you went to the bathroom. So next time, do you think it's a good time to go to the bathroom when we're doing this? No. How come you didn't finish? Did you think it was hard, or were you just slow? What can I do to help you go faster next time? Next time, do you want to work at my table?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that. Do you feel like we had enough time to do the computer part?
No.
I didn't either. So here's what I'm thinking. Sight words, poetry, then our read aloud, then centers.
Can we do jitter juice?
No.
We did that on the first day.
But I just have to make sure that I can stay on time. So we might try that tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Do you know what a community is?
No.
That's okay. I want to see if you'll be able to tell me what a community is at the end of this video.
Communities can be different sizes.
Florida, way over there. We live way over here. It's kind of a complicated story. I moved over here for a little bit, but just a little bit. Then Miss Call and her husband and her dog, we traveled all the way over to California. Each place that I lived and that I had different communities.
It's a party in the US.
Let's look at that again.
It's a party in the USA. Talk about it. I think
it is that you like.
Okay, she said a couple things. Who can tell me what she said? What's one thing she said?
One thing she said, it could be big, and I think it is big.
Was that true?
Yes.
What else do we know about community? She said something else. What else did she say? Okay, what else is a community?
A community is like somewhere that you like and have friends at.
Okay, so it's somewhere where you're with other
People.
people. Sometimes people like their communities and sometimes people don't like their communities. It's just their own,
Opinions.
it's their opinion.
Different places where people live.
Different places where people live. Money and time, where they spend their time. Yeah.
No, I know.
Do you think your grown-ups spend money in their community? Usually, depending on where you live. Oops. Another place that has more houses, and that's called your, you know that word? What? Stand up so they can hear you. Neighborhood. Right. Your neighborhood is in the city you live in. What city are we in? We're in Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is made up of a bunch of neighborhoods.
United States of America.
Yes, in the United States of America, or we can say USA. In each of those states, there's cities. Like one is called from Miami. And you'll see why we're talking about communities, because it plays an integral part of our story. We're talking about what makes communities special. Readers discern imagery from reality. Those are big words. Read it with me. Readers discern imagery from reality. Okay, so let's talk about what that means. Discern means to tell the difference. Show me different. Different. Discern means to tell the difference. So you're telling the difference between two things. One of those things is imagery, what we see, and reality, what is real. Readers discern imagery from reality. What does that mean?
And there's a difference
Between what you
see
and what is
real.
One day, when this little girl was in the park with her grandma, her Abuela, Rosalba wonders to herself, what if I could fly? And just then she finds herself lifted into the air. Abuela follows and they embark on a marvelous journey happening in real life and some things that might not be happening in real life. And we're going to stop and talk about those. And for that reason, I'm going to zoom you in. Abuela takes me on the bus. We go all around the city. City is a type of what? Community, right? Our city is good. Readers make connections. Abuela and I are always going places. What if they picked me up and carried me high above the park? What if I could fly? Abuela would wonder where I was. Swooping like a bird, I'd call to her. What does it mean when a bird calls? The board. What does it mean when a bird calls?
I'm here. They're trying to say something.
When birds are trying to say something? Right, have you ever heard of a bird call?
Yes.
Yeah, what's it sound like? Yeah, there's lots of different birds, and when a bird calls out, they're making that sound, right? A bird calls out. I want to read this page again. I want to see if you can tell me what's happening. She said, what if they picked me up and carried me high above the park? What if I could fly? Abuela would wonder where I was. Swooping like a bird, I'd call to her. Is this imagery or is this reality?
Reality. Imagery. I don't know. Imagery. Okay, I forgot what the imagery.
Imagery, what we're seeing, in reality, what is real. Is this happening in real life?
No.
No, it's just imagery. Who could tell me why this is just imagery? The author or the illustrator?
Because it can't, birds can't hold on to you and make you fly.
So you think this is
sleeping.
Why did they show us this picture though?
He's trying to think us up in the brain.
Yeah, you didn't see she's agreeing with you because you weren't looking all around. But yeah, he was saying, the author and the illustrator, they're trying to take us into her brains, right? This is what she's imagining, right? This is in her head. So this is imagery. It's what she's imagining. Pájaro, she'd say. Ven, abuela, come, abuela, I'd say. Si quiero volar, abuela would say. As she leaped into the sky with her skirt flapping in the wind. I want you to discuss if this is imagery or if this is reality. Talk about it.
I think that is imagery.
Up on your feet, not on your knees. Partner, agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree. What do you guys think this is?
I think this is imagery because that when you just jump, you can't just fly.
Do you think this is real?
No. No.
It's their community. It's where they live, and they'd be soaring above it. But is this really happening? No, it's just what she's imagining, right? They'd wave to the people waiting for the bus. Buenos dias, we'd say. Buenos dias. Good morning, they'd call up to us. What is the little girl and her grandma? What is she imagining that they're doing?
That they're flying.
That they're flying. Why is she imagining that though? It's fake, but why is she thinking that? She imagined that she wants to fly. Why though?
Maybe she wants to be a sleeper.
Maybe it's fun. Maybe she wants to know what it's like. Why else would she want to be a bird? What are they doing? Are they just flying at the park? Where are they going?
Everywhere.
What?
Everywhere.
They're going all over. So what does she really want to do?
Flying all over town. She wants to go to different places.
She wants to go to different places with who?
Abuela.
Yes, with her abuela. To where ships are docked. Have you ever seen a ship that was docked?
No.
That means it's quiet so it doesn't go places. Yes. We'd fly to where the ships are docked and watch people unload fruits from the land where Abuela grew up. Who can make a connection with this and what we know about the beginning of our story? We'd fly to where the ships are docked, talking about the pictures, and I want to talk about what the text is saying. So the text is saying we'd fly to where Abuela grew up. What do we know about Abuela and where she grew up? She speaks mostly Spanish because that's what people spoke where she grew up before she came to this country. Because she's from a different country. Good. Mangoes, bananas, papaya. Okay, here's where we're going to stop for today. Tomorrow, we will finish the book. We know that there's parts that are real and there's parts that are made up in their brain. Were you able to discern that imagery from reality, what was happening? Yes or no?
No.
No, sometimes it was hard. Yeah. So as we go throughout this week, I want you to keep in mind if it feels like it's getting easier or if it still feels hard towards the end, okay? To if it's easier for you to tell the difference between what's happening in real life and what she's imagining in her brain, okay? For your warm-up, you guys are going to go back and take a peek through here and try reading this book again. Get your mouth ready for that first sound. Keep going. How do you feel reading this book a second time?
Good.
You feel good about it? Yeah? Your brain is growing. That is the Pat book. Do you see the Pat book? It's white. It's right here. You're in our library. You can practice reading it again. Because it feels really good when you can read and you know the words, right?
Yeah.
So we have these cards. They're really cool. They have words that have that short A sound. Here, 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 and here. And your job is going to be to read every one of them. Read it with me. Zap. Lad.
What is sag?
Nag. Sag is like when it's droopy. So you're going to take a heart and you're going to put it on the right answer.
Sap.
Sap. And this one was
Rat.
I know. This one was hard for you. That's okay. Stack up your cards and then put your erasers in and then pass it to the next person. Each box gets its own sound. And today we're going to be practicing with a new sight word.
Is.
Good. Take your finger. Let's tap that sound. First box ready. Is. How many sounds do we see?
2.
Ready? is, I want you to put a little heart, tiny little heart above the S. Which part of this word is a word that we need to remember, the I or the S?
The S.
The S, right? Is good white bit clean?
Can't be seen.
See if he is angry. See if you can find that new word that we practiced on the front cover. It's very important that you pay attention so I can help. Sam is mad. Do you hear a difference between this say am and this say add?
Yes.
Do you hear that difference?
Yeah.
What's that difference? Try this one. D. D. Can you do the sound? We can fill it up if we clean up nicely.
We can.
Yes, we can. Remember the very first week we did centers, and it was like, okay, everybody's going to practice writing. Everybody's going to practice word work.
Yeah.
Additional choices that you have are in this box. Choice, because Miss Call loves to give you choices. One choice you have is to write a few sentences or a little story. Be writing all about something. So the time I'll give you a book so you can learn some new things. This week we're just practicing. Your other choice is this or that. Writing if you like music or art. All of these items are choices. Should you try to rush and do all of these? I never want you to rush. If you just got one thing done, but it was the best work you've ever done in your whole life, oh my gosh, I might even just take it home and frame it and look at it. I want you to take your time. Our next choices are gonna be for the word work center. Looks like this. In the top, they are mix it, fix it sentences. There's more task cards. Even some sight words to practice, okay? Our skill this week is O, so in your center you have some O task cards. If you're using the task cards, you can do it by yourself or with a buddy. Here's little bug catchers. Have you ever caught bugs before?
Yes.
Read the sentence. Butterfly catcher, pull out a card. This is a dot. Now I'm gonna look and see which butterfly that is. Yes or no?
No.
That's a cop. That's a cob. Yes, so we're gonna put this one in our butterfly catcher.
That's quick.
Yeah, so nice pick. Did I make a huge mess with my cards?
Nope.
Did I dump them all out?
Nope.
Nope, I'm keeping it nice and organized. This one has a marker, so you pull one out at a time. So if you're working with a friend, you're each working on your own card. Donut, what letter?
D.
Igloo, igloo, what letter? Dip. So all of these make a secret word that you are going to have to try to discover. So you're going to sort them. These makes a secret sentence. It's a clue. And this is? Okay, so we are going to try to make a sentence. Thumbs up if you think you know what the secret sentence is. Thumbs up. Good job. So after you figure it out, then on the paper, you're just gonna write it.
Yes.
You get your own chart in the library where you can practice retelling the story. You know how to use it? Title goes at the top. Okay, then characters and leaf to it as well. So you don't have a super long time in your centers. You do have enough time to practice one thing. So when you go, you need to make sure you get started right away. You don't have your center folders today. I have them because we're just practicing. Okay, let's see if you remember how to do it. Those finger spaces. Is it alive or dead? Oh, that's okay. Make his little legs. What was the secret word?
Lip pin.
Sentence say.
I get the dance.
It was I, and then you can tell me why, okay? Go ahead, sis. Between words. The S's. Can you find it?
Did it.
Good.
Music.
So you checked. Did you do that, or do you need to fix it? Yeah, can you fix it? Putting them down like a list, like 1, 2, 3, 4. This time I'll have my lines. I thought I had them ready, but I didn't, so I'm sorry about that. My fireflies, you are on fire. Good, but you need to stay in your own bubble. Overall, I think you guys were successful. So, that's smart. subtraction because there's a minus symbol. So we're taking away. And when we take away, does the number get bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Well, let's see. Let's see. If we take away some, 5, and I take away some, is my number getting bigger or smaller? It's getting smaller, and we can prove that. Are we finding the sum or the difference?
The difference.
We're finding the difference. You have more than one strategy you can try. What do we get?
9.
Does that work? Absolutely. Another option you have is to draw a picture or a number line. Yeah, we can do a number line. We can draw a picture. Call has number lines for you to use too if you are more comfortable just using one. We always start with our bigger
Number.
How many am I taking away?
3.
Count with me. 1, 2, 3. Now to find the answer, I have to do what? Count how many's left. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we use a number line, where do we start?
Start at 8.
We're starting at 8, right? It's a bigger number. Which direction are we counting? We're counting backwards or forward?
Backwards.
Yeah, we're counting backwards. And how many times?
8 times.
I see you holding it up. Can you use your voice because we're taking away 3. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. You also get how many? 5. So no matter which strategy you choose to use, whichever strategy is the most comfortable for you, you'll end up at the same answer. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea to double check your answer?
Good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea to double check your answer. There are 7 foxes, 6 run away. How many foxes are left? I'm gonna give you your paper, find a spot, wait for me. An opinion is how we think or how we feel. We did not follow directions, so guess what? We gotta start over. Oops, so sad. This time is so super fast. So this friend said, I like cupcakes. Is that correct? Opinion, the one sentence only. What about this one? I love cookies better. They wrote their sentence. The only thing this person needs to make sure they do next time is their period needs to be at the end of their sentence. I love it. Hiding superstar, 5 big goals I know by heart. Capital letter, always first. Finger spaces between words. Sound them out the best you can. Punctuation at the end. Go back and check. We do our best. You've got to double check this word. Like is a sight word. You're missing a vowel. Do you know which one? You have L. L is not a vowel. Like. You erased it. What you have here is good. What did you erase for? I love that. You're still just stating your opinion. Do you want to write that? Finger spaces between words. Sound them out the best you can. Punctuation at the end. Yeah. How about you stay over here and I help you, okay? It really bothered me when you wrote on my paper. Will you go tell her? I like cupcakes better. I think cookies better. Good morning. Today is Wednesday. We're technically halfway through the week, which is exciting. Yesterday I was a failure. I got a lapel mic wireless though. I've used these before, but they were not wireless. This one is, and it will connect to my phone. Thought it'd be fun for ice skating lessons, but also I realized I could use it for the classroom, recording videos for you guys, so the audio is clearer because I just use my phone to film myself. I don't have like my vlog camera out because that would be insane. Yesterday the battery on them I guess was dead, and so I recorded, I don't know if it was our phonics lesson or what, but there was no audio on it at all. So of course I'm gonna try it out this morning and see if it works. The other cool thing is I use 2 of the microphones at one time. Let's see if it works now. It's at 100%. Okay, I'll hold my phone over here and I'm just gonna talk normally. It sounds so clear. Okay, this is exciting. Yeah, little things that are exciting me. This is going to be really helpful for small groups too, because you'll be able to hear them. But I got it for ice skating lessons because I see those mic'd up videos and I'm like, I want to do that. Yesterday, how did yesterday go? Well, I think pretty well for the most part. Writing is still a struggle with these friends. They just are struggling. Centers was really great. They understood the writing and the word work. I think they're really excited about those activities I have in word work. The read aloud was okay. I do get a little bit nervous myself reading books that have like Spanish words in them. Like looked up all the pronunciations in the back. And again, it's really great to be reading books that are way above grade level for them, but you can definitely see that they didn't fully get it on day one. So we're gonna finish that up today. Yeah, hopefully today's a good day. Can't do writing today at the end of the day because we have like this whole house thing, which I need to apply some red glitter for. So let's get started with our day. Hey, sweet girl, this is not an expo marker. That's why it's not erasing. This is not an expo marker. This is a marker somebody else lost. Okay, so go ahead and get another whiteboard and I'll have to clean this one off, okay? Does that make sense? What's the word? Hold on, board check. They should be clean. Map it, map it. First you tap top. Because then that stops our whole class. I need you to be a problem solver. When you write your letters, I want you to say the sound again. It'll look like this. Rod. What's the word? Rod. Map it, map it. First you tap rod. Ready? D. Okay, as you write it, say the sound. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Wipe it clean. Next word is going to be, there's just one syllable. Even though there's 4 letters here, there's just one syllable. If I said we went shopping, we would have 2 syllables. But shop is just 1 syllable. Okay, we're going to do one more. How many syllables are in this word? 1. How many syllables are in the word topping? 2 syllables. Notice 2 syllables, 2 vowels. Mom, Dad, nice. Get your poetry folder and head to the carpet. Poetry folder and head to the carpet. Okay. Can you double check it and fix it, please? This time what we worked on was drawing. All we did was draw. We added 1, 2, 3 labels, maybe even 4 or 5 or 6 labels. And we had at least 2 speech bubbles. Today, all we're going to do super fast is color. Hands can get tired if we press it really, really hard. But if you hold it gently, see how it's nice and light? Your hand will not get tired as fast. If you notice that it's hard to color in your pictures because they're too tiny, just keep it in mind for the next time that we do a poem. Try to zoom in a little bit more and draw your pictures maybe a little bit bigger because we have all this space that we can fill up. Minutes on the timer. I know you read it before. We're going to practice reading it again. See if it feels a little bit easier.
Dad is mad. Got his cat. His dad is not as his cat.
Okay, go ahead and close your books. How did that book feel this time? Still a little hard, a little bit better? Everyone felt easy this time? That's good.
Easy.
Our sound boxes. Today, I'm going to be using the 4-box dog. Can we tap just dog? Ready? D. G. Let's spell it together. D. G. Use the 4-box in the middle. Got logged out, buddy. G here too. Okay, really. D. G. If we have more than 1 dog, we say we have 2 dogs. S. Can you tap it first? D. G. Good. Go ahead and add an S. This time, we're going to write the word rag. You can guess what we're going to do, huh?
You help yours. Yeah.
Rag. Check your G.
Can I get a rag?
Fix your G.
Yeah.
We're going to make it say rags. 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 Nice. Okay, flip your board over to the letters side. Lips. Good. Can you keep your letters close together? So start at the top of your letters. Okay, you ready to get started with our book?
Yep.
In our book, we're going to see a couple of sight words. I think you know them. Let me just double check that you do know them, okay? Do the dishes, right? We practiced that one. 1.
4.
That's the word for. It's a sight word. So in our book today, you're going to see words that have that plural S ending on them. So from dog to dogs, lip to lip, Okay, you're gonna see that. And when you come across that word, if you have trouble, all I want you to do is cover up that S. Okay, so we're gonna practice it on that first page. Actually, I want you to open up to page 3. See it? Do you see one? The ending, right? I want you to cover up that S. Cover it up. Just the S. So use this finger. This one, that way you can see your word. What is that word? Log. Okay, now add your ending. Log. Log. Can you try to do a problem solver? Yeah. Look at the whole word. Here, try reading this. Okay.
With
Can you use your finger to track so I
and is
Okay, so instead of going can you try look at the letters. Rag. Can you try that instead? He. Let me hear it again. I want you to read this again. I want you to try to read faster than I'm going. Okay? See if you can kind of put your words in a sentence that sounds more like you're speaking. Ready? Go ahead.
Can the cup has a big.
That sounds so much better. Ending, you should just have what word? Dig. And to make it say digs, what do we have to add? Just an S. Okay, it's the end of the day. I feel really good about how today went. We obviously had house day, so we didn't get to do writing, but we did reading, small groups, centers, math, got all their computer programs in they're supposed to get done. Like today just felt really good. For my small groups, I was able to pull 3 small groups today, which is awesome. I pulled 1 while some of my students were doing AR and some of my students were on a self-guided reading program. Then I pulled 2 more during center time, which is exactly how I want it to be, and I even praised them. I was like, you guys did wonderful. This is exactly how it should go. The only thing is I probably could have pulled 4 groups, but one of my groups I spent legit 25 minutes with for a small group because I was filming it for one of my team teachers, and I was like, well, I just want to show her what everything kind of looks like. But I moved 2 new students into the group, so I was doing a little bit of catch up with them, and I should have moved faster with them. I spent 3 minutes letting them reread their text, which I wasn't with them at the table, so does that count? Not fully. I spent 5 minutes talking about syllables, and that was way too long, but like I said, I was catching some students up, so it took longer. I spent 6 minutes practicing with them. That I could have done better because I was having them write every word we were doing, and I should have not done that. Way too long, like insanely too long. And then we actually spent 8 minutes reading, which 5 to 8 is a better range for them reading, but I was making sure to listen in on all. It was like 5 or 6 of my kids. I wanted to make sure that I did want them in this group. So it was a very long group. It was basically like a whole mini lesson, but I just wanted to ensure that I had the right students in the right group, so that took way too long. The next group afterwards was only 11 minutes, and that was the pacing on that was perfect. Group that I did for that, the pacing was perfect on. It was just that one group. I was like, oh man, we've been here for a long time. And the thing is also, when you're pulling small groups, those usually, if you have kids who are working on like the lower end of CVC words, their attention spans are a lot lower. They're a lot more immature, and it's a lot harder to hold their attention. So I don't even do 15 minutes with my like very bottom group of kids because they really just don't have the attention span at all for it. As you move up, typically the kids who are more advanced, they have a bigger attention span, and then you can do more with them. But anyways, that's just something that I was reflecting on. Math was really great. We were doing teen numbers, and I just made it super fun and interactive with them. We used number blocks, which my kids absolutely adored. I had them like come up and pretend to be the number blocks. They were pretending to be them, and they were holding them up. And we talked a little bit about place value because I feel like it's really, really important before you move into addition and subtraction within 20 that your students understand what a teen number even is. After you're working with more than 10 in addition subtraction, I feel like the teen numbers have to be really solid, and that's not built into our curriculum. They do learn teen numbers in kindergarten, but it's not even revisited. So I like to spend time just doing teen numbers with them, and this week was the perfect time to do that. We watched a little number block. And what were they talking about? We are going to be practicing with teen number is actually made up of a what?
10.
It's made up of a 10 and some more. Okay, a 10 and some more. You ready to practice? Yeah, me too.
Number 5.
Do we know? I gotta find his face. Do we know him?
2, 3. Rainbow.
Rainbow, let's make sure he's 7 and Miss Call didn't mess up super fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we gotta fix him. Are you so excited right now? We can make a team number with 10 and any of these other numbers. Who wants to come and pick one of our number block friends to make a team number with? So we're gonna make a team number with 10 and how many more? 4 more. Okay, so our first number we have over here is what? 10. So I'm going to make a 10. Okay, so this represents how many? 10. Now if we add, how many are we adding? 4 more. So now I'm going to add a 4. 14. Can we count together, please? 1, 2, 13, 14. Did we get the same answer? Yes, so we know 14 is made up of 10 and 4 more. 10 and 4 more. Okay, beautiful job. She's 6. Don't move your head. Don't let it fall. Don't let it fall. Don't move. 10 and how many more? We have 10 and 6 more. Let's count. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's make another number. How about we try to make 10? Who can be 2? We have 10 and how many more? 2 more. Let's count. Ready? 10, 11, 12. So, thank you. Bye. Is 10 and some more. Okay, so we can represent it with a 2-digit number. In a 2-digit number, our 10 is a 1 and a 0. When we add 2 more, we're adding 2 ones. Okay, we're adding 2 more ones. These are separate little ones. A group of 10, 3 more. We're going to work on breaking those numbers apart. If our number is 15, 15 is made up of a
10
and a,
5.
right? 15 is made up of a 10 and a 5. What about 13? 13 is made of a 10 and a 3. So we can put them together or we can take them apart. 1, 2, 3, 10. Okay, so we know we have 10 apples right here. We're going to circle it. That's our 10, okay? Let me turn his face around. Hold on. Let's count them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So we have 10 and 3 more. So we're going to write this as 10, 3 more. I want you to circle the group of 10 in your watermelon problem. Good job, friends. We found him and we have 2 more. I know. So 10 and 2. So we have 10. Look, you're not paying attention. Maybe we're right here. We have 10 and 2 more. Can you show me what this number will look like here in our number? Does it go here? Does it make 20?
No.
Does it go here?
Yeah.
Yes, so I want you to put it down. Good, it makes 12. 10, 11, 12. Can you find the 10 that's hiding? Whisper. Good, are you sure that's 10 though? How do you know? Yeah, you've got to count it though to make sure, okay? Because sometimes it might look like 10. Count. 1, 2. How many more? Write it. You know it's 11, but how many more do you have? You have 10 and how many more? 1. So write 1. No, 10 and 1 is I don't know why you erased it, buddy. 10 and 3 more makes 10, 11, 12, 13. Good. So 10 and 3 more makes 13. Good. There's your 10. Yeah. I was also able to pull a math group to do a reteaching, which I didn't get to film because my phone died, but I also used the number blocks for that, which made it really fun and engaging. So that was great. I feel really good about it. I feel really good about how today went, and I just hope tomorrow we can keep it up. Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back to, today's Thursday. I think I came on and talked about how great yesterday went. It felt great yesterday. And I was at Starbucks this morning and I realized, because I was thinking about my day today and like reflecting on yesterday, and I realized I didn't even do our read aloud yesterday. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So I'm really glad that we had a great day, and I felt like I had all this extra time, but it's because I did have all that extra time because I did not do my read aloud. So we've got to do that today. And then I guess the book that I'm also reading this week, I can just do it in one day instead of breaking it up into 2 days. But anyways, oops, we're back. I get an insane amount of questions about my projector and the technology that I use and how I make it, how I can use this pen with it. And I have said, like, it's a school pen, like it's nothing special I bought. It's not some kind of like add-on. I know they do make them, but they're not as good. But this is the same company that my projector is. I'm sure it came with the projectors that we have at school, like the ones in the ceiling. Where is it? That one? Not the ceiling, the wall. But my projector is Maxwell. This is a Maxwell pen. I tried to Google it, Maxwell interactive pen, to like look it up, see if it's something that you could just have. But I think whatever projector you have at your school, you just need to look up like interactive pen for Epson, interactive pen for Maxwell. I can't name any other projector companies, but that's what it is. And then the other thing I use is my Apple TV, and it's hooked up because your projector has HDMI ports on top of it, right up there. I think I've showed this in my setup videos, but this tiny little box right here, this black one right here, not this one, this is disco lights. But this box right here is my Apple TV. So all it is it's plugged in there. There's a cord. You see this black cord here that goes plugged in on top right there. That's the power. Let me see if I can zoom you in. The wall, Apple TV, all plugged in there. And Apple TV is something that I've had since I feel so silly, I'm just like standing on my stool. Since my very first year of teaching, and then when I moved schools, I was like, I have to have this because I use my computer. So my computer, I just hit AirPlay and it connects to my projector. The only thing I have to do is make sure my remote is switched to HDMI 2 or whatever it is. So if you're not sure how to set it up, just double check that you have an open HDMI port on your projector, and double check that there is a plug-in spot, which there should be if your projector is plugged in, and then get the Apple TV and just reach out to your tech person and at your school and say, hey, can you please help me set up my Apple TV? It's just HDMI. I don't know if you don't want to crawl up there and figure it out yourself. Super handy. And one of my teammates, she was influenced to buy one this year, and she cannot get enough of it because you can link your iPad, your laptop, your phone if you have an Apple phone, and it just makes everything so seamless. You can be anywhere in the room. You don't have to be right by your computer to change slides, which I know they have like the clickers, but it's so much simpler. So whenever I'm in small groups, I bring my physical computer back here at my table. It's not over there. Wireless, like there's so many benefits to it. It lasts, and you're gonna be able to take it wherever you go. Also, we have these new document cameras. I have the Elmo. People always ask me, what document camera do you have? At one point I had one of those Hue ones. They're like the very thin, like $99 ones from Amazon, and those are great for like you're on a budget, but they don't last, or they didn't last for me if you're constantly moving them. I'll try to put a picture here of what the Hue document camera looks like. It works great if you have to buy your own document camera and you're like, I cannot spend more than $100 on this. Like, this is my own budget, which is how I felt. So it worked for the time that I needed it to work. But anyways, our school uses the Elmo, but now we're moving to iPivo. I have no idea how much this thing costs. I am gonna try to set it up this morning, like a trial testing basis now, and I was like, okay, I'll just go take it and set it up. We currently have this big honkin' thing, which it's very sturdy. I'm gonna try to set this up.
A can't find the playlist Jenny from the block on Spotify.
Rhyme magic.
Rhyme magic so we can be better readers and better writers. Ing, est, o. Your turn. Ob. Good. Oh, your voices are on. Yes. Ob. Spell rub. R-U-B. Rub. Ep. N. Ig. Just 3 times. Spell wig. W-I-G. Wig. All together. Ud. M. If you're learning, you are? See if you can figure out which ending is in the word dropped. How would we spell that ending? Ed. Dropped. Ed. What about in the word ladder? How do we spell that ending? Er. What about in the word clipping? How would we spell that ending? Clipping. How would we spell that ending? ing. Beautiful. What about in the word funny? How would we spell that ending? Listen. Funny. How would we spell the ending? Y. All right. What are we working on for phonics? What skill? Close syllable. What letter? O. What sound? Yes. What skill? Close syllable. What letter? What sound? Again, what skill? What letter? What sound? Good, and we know it's going to make the ah sound when there's a vowel followed by a consonant. It can be at the beginning of the word. It can be towards the end of the word. It's just for each syllable. We're going to try to get through our phonics super fast today, and then I forgot to do our read aloud yesterday. So, oops, we're going to get to that too. Good. Bull. Lob. Trot. Snob. Snob. If your name is on your paper, give yourself a smiley face. Got. Tap it with me. G. Aw. Our first color is going to be what? Blue. G. Our second color is going to be what? Red. Aw. What's our last color? Blue. T. The name on the wheel. Name on the wheel for sincerity. Not because you know the words, but because you were the only one. When everyone else was quiet, you were still being a leader. Thank you. Number 2. Job. Red. And then? Blue. Good. J. What letter? No, it's not a G. A J. J says J. Tap it, map it. First you tap it. Hear each sound and then attach it. Now, I already told you yesterday, I forgot to do this. I did. Everybody makes mistakes. So today we're going to finish reading Abuela. We can tell the difference between what the book is showing us and what's really happening. What did we do in the first part of this book? What were Abuela and her doing? Talk about it. A little girl and her abuela love to do together.
Explore.
They love to explore. They like to take trips. They like to go places together. Have a seat. You need to be ready if you stand up. The last place they went together was the statue, or they didn't really go, right? This is just what they are imagining, right? The Statue of Liberty is the last place she said. Vamos al aeropuerto, she'd say. She'd take me to the airport. Far away. So Grandma had to travel a long time just to get to her country. That's a cool limonada. You know what limonada is?
No.
Lemonade.
I know it.
Mm-hmm.
I had lemonade last night.
Remember we talked about ways when you cool off, if it was hot, ways you cool off? Limonada. Why do you think that she would enjoy going to all of these places with her abuela? Talk about it. You think it would be fun to travel?
Yeah.
Yes, but what's another reason other people like to travel besides just for fun? Ooh, maybe they like the different places in the nature.
Fun to go to.
Are these places she would have been before? No, they'd be new places. What would she be doing in different countries if she went? This connection can help you make a connection. When you are in kindergarten and you're done with kindergarten, you go to a new grade, right? You go to a new grade to do what? To learn new things. Sometimes people go to different places to learn new things. So the places that she's going with her grandma, she's not going just for fun, but she's also going to learn new things and learn about her country. There's another word, that word culture, right? All of those traditions that Abuela has. Is this happening in real life? No. Readers discern imagery from
Reality.
okay, so here, what is the picture board? What is the picture showing us? Her imagination. Why is she thinking about this? You're standing up, but you don't know who's looking at you. Teacher voice. How can you tell though, right? Can we see that? Board, your eyes need to be on the book. We can see here, this is what she's imagining. You can see in their body language what they're doing, right? They are hugging, right? So this is what she's imagining. Because in her head, she what? She really loves her too. That's why she wants to spend all this time and learn all about her culture. So did they really go on this flying adventure together? No. Where was the setting really? Where were they really? No, you got it. You were in the park. Good. Say it with more confidence. You were right. They were actually in the park. At the very end, they want to do together. But what specifically? They wanted to go on a boat ride and start an adventure together. They wanted to start an adventure together. Today was exhausting in every sense of the word. I did get my document camera set up. I don't think I like it that much. You just can't like zoom in and zoom out on it. It actually didn't start off that bad at all. We did okay. This isn't like my favorite read aloud in the whole world. It's not that it's Abuela. It's not that it's not a good story, because it is, but it's just hard to make this book a good story for first grade. I like Island Born a little bit better, so that's why I was combining them this week. But anyways, we did our phonics. Phonics went fine. Phonics always goes fine. I did a couple small groups. Hopefully I can pull these clips in somehow and like blur out certain things, because I did film full small groups, but I don't know if I can show you. Teen numbers lesson went really well. My phone died during part of it, but I am making like a little reel to show how I did that. So check there if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how I did teen numbers today. Not that that helps because you're here and not on TikTok or Instagram, but if you are, you can go watch and you can save it. I pulled a math small group. I only filmed a little bit of this because my phone was dying, but I just, whenever I pull for subtraction small group, I love to use counters and like do the chop method because they think it's so fun. So if you have 5, chop away 2 equals 3, because I have some kids who just cannot even write like 5 minus 1 equals 4. Like they can't even write it. Writing is where I really fell apart. Like everything else truly was fine, but ending the day on a bad note makes it just sticks with you because you don't have a chance to like have a positive experience before the day is over. So writing, we have already written our opening statement, our opinion, and we've already written 3 reasons. Some of them have only written 2. Some of them didn't write any. Writing is very natural. Differentiation. Anyways, they already had that in their journal. All they had to do was take the words that were in their journal and put it on the paper. And I think I talked to you guys a couple of vlogs ago about how we were practicing writing. All they had to do was copy it, and they couldn't do it. And it just still blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. We're going through like letter by letter. I'm showing them here to here, here to here. Couldn't do it. Have kids who weren't even looking at their journal and just making stuff up. And I'm like, it could not be more clear. Journal, paper, and they just didn't get it. I had like 2 kids who maybe did it the right way. That's where we're at with writing. Sad, but I know there's going to be growth. I told them, I was like, when your parents ask how today went, tell them you drove me crazy during writing. The same call was so sad. And 2 of my kids lost one Friday during writing. Obviously they weren't writing, and they were having all sorts of crazy conversations that kids should not be having. Shout out to Savannah, even though you're not watching this. I'm gonna go home. Morning. Today's finally Friday. I was looking back through clips that I may have gotten this week for you guys. I realized I was filming a lot for like my team, just like small group wise, so I don't know what I can share. And then I feel like I filmed more reels for math than I did actually showing with you guys. So big goals for today are going to be to finish our opinion writing, and honestly that's our big goal. Take a test for spelling, finish our opinion writing. I have to get their folders like labeled for writing, but other than that, that's it. We don't have like a craft that we're doing this week. Oh, they're gonna perform their poems. We'll see. E-R-S-E-O-O-T cot. N egg spell kid. K-I-D kid. Spell web. W-E-B. Spell web. Check your ending. Ready? W-E-B-S. Box. Hot. You missed a word. Now is a good time to go and fix it. Hot. Number 2. Not. Number 3. Cop. Number 4. Dog. Number 6 is hop. I say I have pot. You are writing pot. I'm gonna mop the floor with both of my mops. Mystery word number 1 is a sight word. Then. It has a secret too. Then. Next mystery word. It's another sight word. Ready? Little. All of your letters should be lowercase letters, okay? No capital letters for little. So we start here, come back to here. That's why it's harder. Round, down. Yes, that was so good. Oh, the words right on your paper, but I want to practice those P's. Short line, down, down, down. Sitting on the floor, perfect. Okay, let's see if you can fill the rest of this up with your P's. Held a small baby chick. Daniel fed all the hens. Daniel held a small baby chick. Now that Jen laid her eggs, they'll have more chicks. Would you like to have pets like Daniel's, Elle?
Yeah.
Would you? Have you ever held a chick? Just read the word that pops up the best you can, okay? Go.
Hug. Yeah. Foot. Yeah.
That one's a little tricky. We'll skip that one. So proud of you. Let's try some blends, okay?
Easy ones.
Your bubble.
Do you have easy ones?
Yeah.
I also. We have higher ones.
You gonna do easy and hard ones?
I like easy ones because does it connect to that?
Yeah, it's connected.
Hug.
You filled up your circle.
Yay.
I'm so proud of you. It's really a 0, right? Because this number is really 10. 10 and 5 make 15. So make sure your 10 is in the 10 spot and your 1 is in the 1 spot. Ready for round 2? So what number goes in your 10's place? And then your 1's place? Yes! You said 10 plus 3 equals... 10 plus 3 equals... That's my name, yeah.
That's your last name?
That's my real name. My last name is Miss Call. My name is Maylene Call. Which is why we have Mrs. Call. 12. I know that 12 is made up of 10 and how many more? 2 more. Watch this. My 10 frames show 12. Yes, 10. We know 10 is made up of a 10 and how many more? 0 more.